uh, senses, display of strength, display of its strength.
Pachycephalosaurus had a thick layer of bone covering its skull, and is thought to have clashed in head-on attacks like these bighorn rams. Musk oxen crash into each other to gain dominance within the herd. Many other modern-day animals use their heads and horns to fight to win mates and territory. Dinosaurs may have also competed with each other in a trial of strength.
Headbutting in dinosaurs. Pachycephalosaurus, thick-headed dinosaurs were a group of dinosaurs that had a domed skull topped with a thick layer of bone. Pachycephalosaurus belongs to the marginocephalians, margin heads, a group of bird-hipped dinosaurs with the skull-rich or shelf. Male Pachycephalosaurus are believed to have had head-butting bouts when competing for females or territory, just like mountain goats do today. It is thought that they ran at each other headfirst, clashing clashing heads together to fight for dominance. Evidence for this type of behavior is provided by the thick bone of the crash helmet skull, as well as the structure of the backbone, which acted as a shock absorber to lessen the impact of headbutting. Brain. A dinosaur's brain controlled and coordinated its body functions. Scientific studies of dinosaur brain casts indicate that many dinosaurs had a brain compatible in size to the brain of living reptiles, and they had a good senses of sight, hearing, and smell. Brain casts a replica of brain that reveals its size and shape. Cast of a dinosaur's brain is produced by making an impression of the inside part of the dinosaur's skull that once contained the brain. Reptile, an animal that was waterproof skin and breeds on land by laying eggs. Young reptiles hatch as miniature versions of their parents. A reptile is an ectothermic, cold-blooded animal, which means that it depends on the surrounding temperature to control its body temperature. As a result, reptiles cannot live in cold parts of the world. Reptiles include snakes, lizards, crocodiles, turtles, and dinosaurs. Here you can see a duck-like bill. A flattened bill was typical of the group of plant eaters to which Corythosaurus belonged. Here you can see bony crest, may have been used for signaling, and outer ears, and eyes and nostrils.
Corythosaurus had a large eye on each side of its head. This meant it could see in two directions at once and watch for danger over a wide area. A passageway from the large external ear opening to the eardrum enabled Corythosaurus to listen for predators and for dinosaur calls. Corythosaurus used its sense of smell to detect approaching enemies by drawing air in through its nostrils. The eye sockets protected the eyes, and the eardrums were protected by being located deep inside the skull. A thin, hollow, bony crest, which contained an air passage, was made up from bones that extended from the nostrils to the back of the skull. The brain was small but well developed, and was protected within a solid brain case formed by the bones of the skull. The sense organs of the head, the eyes, ears and nose, sent signals along nerves to certain parts of the brain where they were interpreted as sights, sounds and smells.
Um, Amazing facts: the size of an animal's brain relative to its body size is thought to be an indicator of intelligence. These ratios show the brain to body weight. Stegosaurus 1 to 25,000, Truden 1 to 500, elephant 1 to 1,350, human 1 to 50. Senses for survival. Well-developed senses of light, smell, and hearing were crucial to the long-running success of dinosaurs. Dinosaurs used to use these daily. These dinosaurs use these senses daily for survival in their hostile environment. Senses and the brain. Dinosaurs that were active hunters track prey by noises and scents. Plant-eating dinosaurs that lived in herds protected themselves and their young by watching, listening, and sniffing the air for predators. Senses for light, hearing, and smell all were located in the head at eyes, ears, and nose, with the direct link through the nerves to the brain. Nerve signals flowed continuously along the nerves to the brain. In brain, nerve signals were interpreted as images, sounds, and smells, keeping the dinosaur constantly aware of what was happening around it. Quality of vision. Modern plant eaters such as cattle, rabbits have eyes located on either side of the head. Majority of dinosaurs were plant eaters, and most of them also had eyes located on either side of the head. As a result, they had a greater all-round view and could keep lookout over a wide area for approaching predators. Many flesh-eaten dinosaurs, like modern predators such as lions and eagles, had eyes that faced forwards. They saw a predominantly forward view, such as humans see, and this enabled them to judge distances accurately when chasing prey. Skin.
These rare examples of fossilized skin give us some idea of what dinosaur skin may have looked like. Many wrinkles are still visible, and these suggest that a dinosaur's hide may have been thick, similar to the tough skin of an elephant. Dinosaur skin may have been typically reptilian, like the scaled and protective skin of a crocodile. No one knows whether dinosaurs had camouflage skin or whether they were brightly coloured and patterned, like this lizard.
Now we are considering sounds. Dinosaurs must have produced sounds to communicate with each other. Dinosaurs living in herds may have used sound to identify themselves to other members of the herd, to warn the herd of approaching danger, and to scare off rivals for rivals or attackers. Evidence that dinosaurs would have made noises come from fossil of a group of dinosaurs called Hadrosaurus. Here the fossil mean the remains of the long dead plant or animal that have escaped the rotting process and had been mineralized, turned into rock. Fossils tend to consist of the hard part of living things such as bones, teeth, shells, and wood. Hadrosaurs, a group of plant-eating ornithopods, bird-footed dinosaurs. Hadrosaurs had duck-like bills and walked on two legs with their stemmed tail extended for balance. Here you can see a beak-like mouth, a typical feature of Hadrosaurs. Hollow crest here, and here they are making sound. Parasaurolophus hadrosaur may have made noises by snoring air through tubes in its crests.
Scientists believe that dinosaurs like Parasaurolophus used the bony hollow crest on top of the skull to make sounds. This bony crest contained a complex U-shaped structure of tubes in which the sounds were made. This structure looked like the arrangement of tubes in a trombone. To make sounds, Parasaurolophus pushed air out of its lungs along the windpipe. With the mouth shut, this air passed along the lower nasal passages and upper nasal passages and out of the nostrils. The nasal passages acted like resonators, making the air inside vibrate as well as the skull bones around them. This produced a reedy sound, similar to that of an oboe or clarinet.
Sound production. The modern reptiles, animals that have waterproof skin and legs, cannot produce a wide range of sounds because they lack the sound making parts. The vocal cords found in the throats of mammal animals that have hair and feed their young on milk, and in the syrinx of birds, animals that have feathers. Yet they can produce a range of hisses and roars by blowing air up the windpipe and out through the throat, nose, and mouth. Dinosaurs have been extinct for millions of years, and there is no way of knowing for certain whether they made sound. However, there is some evidence to suggest that they did produce sound. Parasaurolophus had a complex arrangement of tubes in its skull. By forcing air from its lungs through these tubes, Parasaurolophus may have been able to produce low, bellowing sound. Edmontosaurus, fossil skull of Edmontosaurus show that it did not have a bony crest. but that it had deep grooves on either side of its nasal area. These may have been covered by loose flaps of skin that could be inflated to balloon out and amplify vibrations made in the nasal passages to produce loud trumpet-like sound. Corythosaurus had a bony crest in its head. This dinosaur may have pushed air out of its lungs just hard enough to set air flowing in a semicircular pattern through its nasal passages. In turn, this would have set up vibrations that probably produce a full horn-like sound.